Hello, welcome to DarkHorse FM. In this video, I'm going to show you how to find Wonderkids that you can actually sign for absolutely no amount of money. These are regions, most of them are regions, and they're quite good players as well. They're somehow, some of them are assigned to top teams, some of them are assigned to mid-table teams, but you can do this even if you're managing a team like Motherwell in the Scottish Premier League. I'm currently in the Scottish Premier League with Motherwell, so I wanted to look for players, and even though I have a small database set up, I've been able to find some of these players without combing the whole world or breaking my scouting budget in any way. And that's because I kind of limited the search to regions that are closer to Scotland, which is the Premier League. And if you're managing in any other country, you can do this with any other neighboring nations. And when you do that, you're going to end up with a scout report or shortlist that looks like this, and it's going to show you a lot of recommended players that you can go on to sign. Most of them you can sign them for free. Most of them are recommended by A, and they all have potential of 5-star and above based on your team, so you can go ahead and sign these players. Most of them might not want to join your club, but I'm going to show you how you can narrow your search down to players that are willing to join your club. So the first thing you want to do is, okay, currently my scouting region, mine is set to Scotland, so what I want to do is to go over to the globe. I've done this before, but in case you're doing it for the first time, you can do it in your save, and then I'm going to use Scotland as the first point of call. Go into Scotland, and then you want to just go to the national team and then look for the under 18 squad. My Scottish under 18 squad is packed with players now because I have Scotland as a league selected. If you check other nations that don't have the league selected, you would have to wait for the international break before you can find players in their under 18 and under 23 team. But what you want to do is when you get to the under 18 team like this, just select everybody in the under 18 team and then right click, add them to a short list. What I have here is scouting nations, but I don't like to use the default short list, so I would recommend that you create a short list for this. I could just go here and create a new short list and say I'm looking for Irish Wonderkids because that's close to Scotland. So I can then go back to the globe and then look for Northern Ireland and Ireland. So you have Republic of Ireland in here, and go over to the national team, check their under 18 squad. They have a lot of players. Most of them might not be very good, but you can narrow this down to the players that are quite good. So add these players to shortlist, Irish Wonderkids. Once they're all in there, right click again and then go to report, scout all those players for 1 week. It's going to cost you about 20k, but compared to the team that you're using, it might not be that much. Once you do this, give it a few days, you're going to get your report back, and then you can go ahead and check your shortlist. Currently, this is the Irish Wonderkids short. It's going to continue updating, so you can see the one that I've already done for England, and it has shown me a lot of players in the Premier League that are of 5-star potential and above, if there's anything like that. So these players like Anthony Scott and Grant Miller, they're quite very good players as well. You can get them in on loan. You can narrow your search down here to players that are interested in joining your team on loan. So you have a player here in Rohan Tifton, and he has very good, for a goalkeeper, he's quite good as a sweeper keeper, good balance, good agility, good eccentricity. So in case I need a sweeper keeper in my team and I don't have one, I can go ahead and loan this guy from Rangers. He's currently Scottish, as you can see. There's also Martin O'Connell in here. He has dribbling 16. He's an advanced forward on attack, good pace. He can obviously improve. He's currently 20 years old. He is open to coming to my team on loan. If I'm looking for players that are interested in transfers, just go ahead and check that option. You can see players that are open to coming to your club on a transfer. What I like to do also is to change the scout filter from position to transfer. This goes on to show me players that are available for a free transfer right now. So if I scroll the list down, or let's say there's a filter here, filter it by the most expensive players. You can see 19-year-old in Lee Stevens, but I can filter it all the way down again, and you can see this Jevan Whitman. You see all the players that are for cheap, so in case you're using a smaller team, you can get most of these players for like 1 million or thereabout, and they're going to be good for your team, obviously. You can also scout by contract. You can go about this contract and filter it by contracts. You can see those players that their contracts have already expired at the club. Try to filter the list by the year that you're in. I'm currently in 2032. So I'm going to filter this by 2022. I'm going to filter this by 2032, and then you can see most of those players that you can go ahead and approach to sign almost immediately. So Brendan Cullen is in here. Looking at his player attributes, he's a goalkeeper as well, not the fastest, but he has good communication, good handling, and he's also a 5-star potential player for my team. So I can go ahead and just approach to sign. So once you do that, you can go ahead and find players open and willing to come to your club that are good players as well, that you can go ahead and sign for good money. You can see this other player here, Enrico Howell. He's an Arsenal under 21 player. Good pace. Defensive stats might need a lot of work, but he can play as a winger, on a left midfielder, and also a wing back as a fullback as well. I can just go ahead and try and approach the sign to see if he's open to coming, but you can get this flash from the agents that he might not be open to coming to your club. But that doesn't matter. Let's just go ahead. Okay, absolutely no interest in joining your club. So you do have to check these players one by one to see which of them are going to be interested in joining your club. And the more and more you do this, the more and more you get a lot of players stacked into your list, and then you can go ahead and approach them and build your team of Wonder Kids. So go ahead and try this scouting technique. If it does work for you, do let me know in the comment section. Also, your assistant is going to be recommending some other players based on those scouting reports. Is going to be showing you scouting recommendations, and then you can find players that you can either go for, like this guy from Southampton, Blaine Deard, and he's probably interested in coming to our club. So if I go ahead and hit approach to sign, he's going to show me those players. So that's a good thing about the scouting method, is that it also fills in your recommendations column. So I can go ahead and sign this 20-year-old centre back from Southampton, just negotiate the contract, hope that his fee is going to be good, and there we go. We've got our new no-nonsense centre back from Southampton. He's a 20-year-old wonder, well, not a wonder kid per se, but for Motherwell, he's quite good. He's better than an average player in the Scottish Premiership anyway. So being at the age of 20, he's going to develop a lot. There are also other players here that I can go on to sign. Ollie Collins from Shamrock Rovers. Good acceleration, good dribbling. His finishing could use some work, but I can play him and develop him as much as I want. I can go ahead, check the transfer list because I can't really offer him a contract, but just make an offer for transfer to see what they have. He has a release clause of 950k. Not in my bank account yet. I think I can pull the slide, but I'm not planning to sign him anyway. So, but it just shows you the possibilities for what you can get if you go on to scout players like this. For more football manager videos like this, do want to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video if you found it useful. I'll see you in the next one.